to God, children. Good morning.
The Conan Cross Oath and Division of Kerala Church. After successfully completing this synod, that is the Udayamperur synod that we have gone through in the last class, which occurred in 20 to 26th of June 1599, Archbishop Meneses returned to Goa. There, we have already seen that this synod was summoned by Archbishop Alexo de Meneses and Bishop Dom Andrea de Santa Maria. So here, after the synod, Archbishop Meneses returned to Goa. Father Francis Rose, a Jesuit priest from Spain, was appointed as the Archbishop of Angamali on November 5, 1599. The aim of this appointment was to prevent the St. Thomas Church from approaching the Chaldean bishops for the appointment of their bishops. However, the appointment of a European as the Bishop of St. Thomas Christians and the action taken to bring the Diocese of Angamali under the Diocese of Goa disturbed St. Thomas Christians. So here, the St. Thomas Christians means the people who were believed to be directly baptized by St. Thomas. In the previous class, we have seen that St. Thomas and St. Bartholomew came to India, and there we saw that St. Thomas resided in Kochi, Kollam, Kodungalur, etc. So some of them were believed to be baptized directly by St. Thomas. They are known as St. Thomas Christians. So they did not want a European as the bishop of these St. Thomas Christians. The name of Angamali Diocese was changed as Kodungalur Diocese in 1609. Archbishop Francis Rose, who was an expert in Syrian language, translated the Missal. Missal means the book used in Catholic Mass from Latin into Syrian language. All these changes enraged the archdeacon, that is the priest who administered spiritual matters in the absence of bishop, was called the archdeacon. So all these changes enraged the archdeacon who led the Kerala Christians. After Archbishop Rose, Father Stephen Brito and Father Francis Garcia became the Archbishop of Kodungalur. During this time, the opposition towards Jesuits and Latinization became acute. So they made secret contact with Nestorian Coptic Patriarch in Middle Asia in order to obtain an Oriental bishop. That is, they did not want a European to become the bishop. They wanted an Oriental bishop, so they made a secret contact. They wrote a letter to the Nestorian Coptic Patriarch. In these special circumstances, an Oriental bishop named Ahatullah reached Mylapore. So because of their insistence, a new Oriental bishop named Ahatullah reached Mylapore. He claimed to have authority as archbishop all over India. St. Thomas Christians welcomed him with reverence because it was the St. Thomas Christians who needed a bishop from the Oriental Church. They did not want a European to guide them, so they were happy with this and they welcomed St. Thomas Christian with reverence. The archdeacon was under the impression that Portuguese authorities would bring Ahatullah to Kochi. So archdeacon went to Kochi to receive Ahatullah, accompanied by thousands of faithful, but the Portuguese did not bring him to Kochi, but they took him to Goa. So here is another twist where these people thought that the archdeacon thought that the Portuguese authorities would bring the Bishop Ahatullah to Kochi. But what they did is that they did not bring him to Kochi, but they took him to Goa. Their aim was to verify his documents according to the Portuguese law. At this time, some persons let loose a false propaganda that the Europeans had killed Ahatullah by drowning. So actually, why they did this was they wanted to verify the documents according to the Portuguese law. So, according to a Portuguese law, when a bishop comes to another place, their documents have to be verified. For that, they took him to Goa. But a very loose propaganda, a very false propaganda was around saying that these people took him to Goa and killed Bishop Ahadullah by drowning. St. Thomas Christians were enraged. They tied a rope on the Matancheri crucifix and took an oath that they will never accept the authority of Jesuit priest. Since from the beginning itself, St. Thomas Christians needed a separate authority. They wanted something, their own rules, or they did not want the European to come and guide them. So for that, they had already written some letters. So, since they were totally enraged, and when this loose propaganda came, they were totally angry, and that is, the St. Thomas Christians tied a rope on the Matancheri crucifix and took an oath that they will never accept the authority of Jesuit priest. See, they tied a rope onto the cross. Why? Because there were thousands and thousands of people. So everyone wanted to touch the crucifix and take the oath. Since a large crowd was there, everyone can't touch the cross. So they tied a rope in the middle of the crucifix, and they each and everyone held those rope and stating that they took a oath that they will never accept the authority of Jesuit priest. This incident took place on January 3, 1653. This incident caused a deep division in Kerala Church. This incident, known as the Coonan Cross Oath, is a dark chapter in the history of Kerala Church. So this is the Coonan Cross Oath, and this is the dark chapter in the history of Kerala Church, and it occurred in January 3, 1653, the Coonan Cross Oath. With this, we can conclude today's class. Thank you.